Hello everyone, this is Rage, and today we're going to be going over Conquest opening theory, Antirush versus Antirush. So the first opening we're going to go over is Scout Up 4, Scout Up 3 trap. This trap only works if you're going second, like in this video right now, and I will show you how to play it. They first start off with Scout Up 4. This is trying to control the board. You always want to open up with Scout Up 4 if you're going first or second typically. So you start by moving your Scout Up 4 as well. They'll either move their other Scout Up 4 or their Foot Soldier up. Now instead of copying them, you play Scout Up 3. This is creating a gap between your scouts. And next they'll play Scout Up 4, and now you can begin your trap. The trap is basically you move your front scout up and use Stoicism and killed their scout. Now if they use Chastis, then your trap has been successful. And the reason why is because now, next turn, you will be at 50 command points and you can move your other scout up 6, meaning you have 2 attackers on their team. They cannot kill both scouts, and you will have battle cry next turn, meaning you will be able to battle cry whatever piece out that you want. And this is a very good thing, guys. Now you can either choose to battle cry out the halberd or the champion and weaken it to 200 HP. If you battle cry out the halberd, you're still winning. You're making them waste a turn killing your scout. And if you kill the champion, you're making it 200 HP. Either one of them is winning. Now you're probably wondering, hey Rage, my opponent keeps using this setup on me. How do I stop it? Well, lucky for you, I have 2 openings of how to stop it. And I'll give you 2 different options. So this is what we're going to go into the next video. Alright guys, the first one is called the the Champion BC method. Start by playing Scout Up 4, like your standard opening, and they'll continue with Scout Up 4. But instead of worrying about them playing this trap, just ignore them and play another Scout Up 4, or your Foot Soldier Up 4, it doesn't really matter which one. And when they play Scout Up 3, then you can develop your other piece, and it's okay if they use Stoicism and attack you, because you have a method to stop it now. And the method is, as you'll shortly see, is once they use Stoicism and attack your scout, you have a little method here, and it is battle crying your champion. So as you see, you move your champion up and you use battle cry. Now if you check their HP, they're 500 HP, so you have to use Battle Cry in order to kill them. But this is the first method in order to stop the Scout Up 4, Scout Up 3 trap. Alright, next we'll go on to option 2. Alrighty, method 2. This method is a little bit more crazy, so if you want a more calm method, stick with option 1. So start with Scout Up 4, like before, and they will continue with their Scout Up 4. And then you shall move your Scout Up 4 again, strengthening your center. And then they will play Scout Up 3, the beginning of the trap. Now, I actually made a mistake here. Do not move your Foot Soldier up 3. This is actually a mistake, and you'll see why later in the game. So they begin their trap, and they start with killing your scout and using Stoicism, but instead of battle crying your champion, you're actually going to use charge. And make sure you're out of range of that scout that just used Stoicism. And now you see a little bit of a deflection here. So basically, any damage they inflict on your team, you can inflict on them. And that's the idea of this opening. It's a pretty dandy technique in my opinion. And now you will see that if they weaken your champion and try and Chastis your scout, you can simply use Stoicism on your scout and then weaken their champion next turn, and they have nothing to do to prevent this. Now, as you can see, my Foot Soldier up 3 is going to be a mistake, and you're going to see exactly why. So this turn, they're going to move a scout up 6, and they can do this because I'm going to be weakening their champion next turn, and they're taking advantage of this. And they're going to be able to battle cry out the Foot Soldier. And this may not look that bad at first, but keep in mind, guys, their champion was just weakened to 400 HP. So you can't really counterattack that well with your champion. So you just kind of lost your Foot Soldier for nothing. So, yeah. Speaking of Foot Soldiers, the second opening, the Foot Soldier Gambit. Alright, So this primarily works if your opponent makes the mistake of moving scout up 6 at the beginning. So to give you an example of this, in this little episode here, we're going to show you what happens when your opponent does scout up 6 and how you should respond. So your opponent just played scout up 6. Your next move should be foot soldier up 4. Now keep in mind they cannot battle cry out this foot soldier, and it is in range of their scout. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to retreat their scout back. And now, instead of moving your foot soldier or developing another piece, you're going to move your foot soldier up 3 more spaces. They still cannot battle cry out your foot soldier, so this is totally fine, and it's forcing them to retreat. Now as you can see, you're controlling most of the board here, and this is a really good thing. Alrighty, so they move their scout back again, and now instead of moving your foot soldier back, you develop your champion, protecting your foot soldier. This is called the foot soldier gambit. Now, it's called the gambit because you sacrifice your foot soldier for a stronger attack in the future. So basically, they battle cry out your foot soldier, and then you recapture with your champion. And now they've just used battle cry, and your champion is in the perfect position to attack. Now if they try and weaken your champion and use Chastis, this is actually a mistake. And the reason why, as you can see in the board, you are given 175 command points, and they only have 25 command points left over. Now this is really nice because then you can just Chastis back and end your turn. And now basically, they're going to lose their champion. They cannot Stoicism it because they just wasted their command points on Chastis. So, random move, and now you get to charge BC out their champion. So, yeah, guys, be careful about this opening. You don't want to do scout up 6 if you're not prepared, essentially. Yeah. Now it's time for another foot soldier opening, the Forceful Foot Soldier, Part 1. Alright, so in this setup, your opponent will begin with foot soldier up 4 instead of developing any scouts. Now here, you should start with the scout up 4. There are many other ways to counter this, but this is typically the most common way. So start with scout up 4, and then they'll move their foot soldier up 2 to 3 more. And now move your scout that's a part of your wall up. And this is kind of important here, guys. You want to basically stop this from happening, and the only way to stop this from happening is to open that gap up in the wall. Now they kill your scout and use Stoicism. Now the way to stop this is you now move your second champion up to the front lines and use Chastis, and now they cannot Chastis your champion back, and that is how you stop this opening. Now they'll play scout up 4 in hopes to catch you unsuspecting, but basically what all you have to do there is kill their foot soldier and then use Stoicism. And then you're safe. So this is the Forceful Foot Soldier opening part 1, and now I'll show you part 2. Part 2 of the Forceful Foot Soldier opening, the Forced Foot Soldier Gambit. Alright, so this is like the regular Foot Soldier Gambit, but it's a little bit more extreme. So, basically you start with Foot Soldier up 4, as we said before, and your opponent will continue in the way that I showed you, most likely. And if they start another way, then I don't know what to say to you, but this is the most common opening. So then you continue with Foot Soldier up 2. Now I suggest Foot Soldier up 2 over Foot Soldier up 3 because they can move their halberd up later on. So as you'll see, they'll start with the 2 scouts up 4 as I showed you before. But instead of capturing the scout and using Stoicism, you're going to move your champion up. This is the Forced Foot Soldier Gambit. Now this line is so sharp that I have to go through a lot of this stuff for you guys because it is just like constant, you should do this, you should do that. So basically what happens, they'll move their champion into the corner most likely and prepared to battle cry out your foot soldier. So they're going to accept your line, but they're going to be prepared for it. So basically, you start by developing another scout up 3, keeping it out of range of those 2 scouts. You don't want to give them any other options. So basically what's going to happen here, they're going to battle cry out your foot soldier. Now you're going to recapture with your champion. Now, however, this is a little bit dangerous for you because now their scout can re-weaken your champion. But that's fine. This is a part of the setup. So they weaken your champion to 400 HP with their other scout. And now you start your attack. You want to attack as soon as possible, guys. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to charge and use battle cry and kill a halberd. And you want to kind of push against the line like you see in this video. So basically you charge and use battle cry and kill a halberd. Basically you do this so they can't kill your champion. You know you're not going to be able to use battle cry in the future, so that's totally fine. And when they chastise you, now you use stoicism. And basically if they reclose the wall, like with the scout or the foot soldier, basically what you can do is kill the other piece over there and chastise. So yeah, guys, just be careful about this setup. So then they'll let you weaken their champion. So basically if they reclose the wall, you can just walk away. So the actual correct move is to leave your wall open and just develop your scout. Now their next move will be to use stoicism and attack your scout. That's all the way up there. Because you saw that they developed their scout, as you can see right here. So they put their scout in range of yours and use stoicism. Now you can use chastise. So basically, you use chastise and then end your turn. You don't want to develop any other pieces, guys, because if you develop another piece, they're just going to charge right away and KO you. So now the next part is they're going to develop another scout up 6 to put their scout in range of yours. So now what's going to happen is you're going to kill their scout, and then you're going to see a little bit of a crazy move here by them. And this is totally fine. This is the opening line that most players choose. So what's going to happen here? They're going to charge BC. And keep in mind, you just use chastise, so you can't really stop this in any way, guys. This is kind of just what happens. So they're going to charge in BC, and they're going to either attack your champion, making it 200 HP, or your foot soldier in chastise, because you don't have chastise back yet. Now, you can develop your piece up a little bit more, anticipating them weakening your champion, because you can't really do anything to defend your champion. So they'll kill your halberd and weaken your champion to 400 HP, or just go for the straight 200 HP. And this is basically what happens. Now you can charge BC after that transaction happens, and you can weaken their champion to basically 200 HP. You could also charge and hit the other champion and make it 100 HP, or kill it, and then yeah, and use stoicism. But yeah, that's entirely up to you, and this is how the opening is, and I'll leave it up to your imagination who's going to win here. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Alrighty guys, this is the last opening I'm going to be going over. It's called the Post Foot Soldier Push / Trap. This is a modern opening and is probably one of the old most common setups. So they start with Scout up 4, you start with Scout up 4, and basically you're going to try and lure them into a trap. This can happen first or second, guys. It depends. When you get like 100 command points, basically, that's when you can start the trap. But now you're going to play Foot Soldier up 4. And they played 2 Scouts up 4. Now their next move is likely going to be to move their Foot Soldier up 3 or 4. And either way, it's totally fine, guys. And now you're going to play your champion up 3. The idea behind this is to push your Foot Soldier up another 3 spaces and force them to make a move. Now, to try and counteract this, they're going to move their champion up. And if they do this, they may actually fall for this trap if they move their champion up. So now you're going to be at 125 points after killing their scout. Meaning if they just capture your scout back, you're going to have charge BC ready to catch them off guard. And this is a really nice, quick way to win a game, guys. Especially if your opponent isn't paying much attention or if you want to try and catch them off guard. Now all of a sudden, if they're not careful, you're charge BCing their champ next turn because they weren't careful enough counting CP. And this is the last opening I'm going to be going over. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks to Ali providing visual aids, and I will continue doing different opening theories. Please like this video. Thanks.